What's up guys, it's Scoopman 5000 back for another action figure review. Today we're taking a break from the DC Multiverse and we're looking at a Star Wars Black Series. I don't look at a whole lot of Star Wars on this channel, but I love me some troopers, and especially unique troopers. We're completing the team. There's a lot going on this figure. One of the unfortunate things, we're in the plastic-free packaging the first time I've looked at this on the channel. This is especially unfortunate because the other three Republic Commandos are in Windows. So if you're a mint in box guy, you're going to have your other guys lined up, and then here you go with Scorch at the end in the plastic-free artwork. It's almost like we should skip packaging altogether, but here's the back real quick. You can read the bios if you're interested. It's Hasbro telling you how awesome plastic-free is. Let's go ahead, let's take them out of the packaging. Take a look at Scorch. And here we go. Here's the beautiful presentation on the inside. We got our Scorch here wrapped up in some tissue paper and some accessories as well. And here is Scorch out of the packaging. For the accessories, we'll start out in the back here with his backpack. You got some nice details here. You got a little panel and then these pieces sticking up. And then he's also got his blaster, and this is a cool one. It's like the clone blaster, but it has the alternate fire with the grenade launcher and the regular fire. And it's even got some paint on it. You got some white on the top kind of rail, and then for the grenade launcher section, it's painted in gray. So a little bit more detail than we normally get on a blaster. And then here is Scorch all together, and I put the backpack on him already. I think that's how you're going to want to display him. Want to see him without it there. You see the peg. And yeah, it's a great looking figure. Might be the best of the Republic Commandos. It really depends on your preference and what you think looks the most badass and cool. And I have all the other Republic Commandos. We'll go into that in comparison, but he's mostly reuse of those bodies. Now what I've seen is that these guys, the complaint online is that they're pretty small. They're about the size of a normal clone trooper, when in reality in the game, they were much larger, more bruiser types, almost like Wrecker. But if you're looking at them in the Clone Wars, in the Bad Batch cartoon where they have been making cameos, this is accurate. This is what it's based on. But it is weird because the box is Republic Commando. It's gaming greats. But these are really based on the Clone Wars style appearances. For me, I don't mind either way. I mean, you put this on the shelf, you know exactly what it is. It looks great. It's got everything you want on it. I love the metallic of the visor. And then this guy, you know, he's got the gray helmet with the white outline, and the Republic Commando, just one of the best designs. And that game, you know, really just comes from the peak of Star Wars creativity, especially in video games. Lego Star Wars, you had Republic Commando, Bounty Hunter, Force Unleashed, Battlefront 2, you could really go on. And so really cool to have these guys and finally have the complete team. He's got all kinds of weathering. He's been through some battles, the shoulder pads, dirt rubbed in on these white parts, which does help because I think the white is the most plain, the most plastic looking. And then I really like how the yellow stripe looks on this guy. It really does add a lot, and they did it, executed pretty well. And then unique to Scorch, we got this holster on the side with the canisters, even a little bit of paint on this one. So that looks good, and I think along with the backpack and the holster, it does make him a bit more chunky than the other guys, and I think that works. So that's your aesthetic. Looks good, but if you got the other Commandos, you know what you're getting into. For articulation, head is looking up that far, down that much, and you are getting plenty of rotation and swivel. The shoulder pads are attached to the torso, and they do flop around so you can get the shoulder going way past 90. That's pretty good. More than I think you'd ever need for this guy. The single elbows, but I really like the single elbows on clone troopers, and this is no different. You can definitely get a good gun wielding pose, which we'll get into. For the wrist, the trigger hand is on the up and down hinge, and then the supporting hand is on the side to side, which is the perfect way to set this up. Ball joint at the torso goes back that much, and backpack's coming off, but he goes forward and side to side. Kick up, pretty decent. It is at an angle. Back is especially hindered. You're basically doing sideways once you get to that territory. You got a swivel at the thigh, hidden expertly by the thigh armor. Single jointed knee, but goes a bit past 90. I mean, definitely not the double knees that we're used to on modern figures, but again, for this guy, I think it's fine. Getting to the foot here. Hinge back, pretty stiff, forward as well. And then we do get a pretty good ankle rocker. For a comparison, we'll start with the standard issue Clone Troopers. So we got the original body with the 501st over here, and then the newer style body with the 212th Walgreens Trooper. And here's where the complaints about the size come in, because if you're looking at the original source, the video game, these guys were like beefer, bruiser Clone Troopers, but here they're more standard size. And like I said earlier, I don't really mind, and this is definitely based on the cartoon appearances, in which case these two go together pretty well. And then speaking of those cartoons, here's the Imperial version of Crosshair and the Season 1 version of Hunter, who, by the way, is like a hundreds of dollar figure for some reason. And I like this lineup here. We see these guys making cameos in the Bad Batch, so this is going to go right together. I think if you're doing a Bad Batch shelf and you got nowhere else to put these guys especially, this is where they're going to end up. And then here's the moment we've all been waiting for. I haven't even done this until I got on camera here. And what a lineup we got. We got Boss, we got Fixer, and we got Sev, and then here's Scorch to complete the team. I think Boss is still my favorite. I think you just can't beat that design with the orange stripe going down. That's definitely the most iconic, but I think Scorch is my number 2 pick. I think he's got a lot going for him. He's the most unique looking out of these guys, and I think the colors pop more than they do on the other guys, and that's saying a lot when they're white costumes with bright colors popping out of them. And that's going to do it for our review of Scorch, a return to the Black Series, which we, again, have not looked at a lot of here, but I love me some clones. And Scorch is one of the best of them. Great figure. Pick it up at GameStop. I didn't mention that, but they're only at GameStop. I think he's already on sale for like 20 bucks. Shame on me for paying full price, but I did get the $5 coupon, so I'll just live with that. As always, I'm going to leave this video off with some figure photography. I'll also be posting that to my Instagram and on Twitter. You can check out my second channel to talk shop about Marvel and DC movies. I got a Shazam review coming soon. As always, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. Tell me which is your favorite of the Republic Commandos, and I'll see you guys in the next action figure review.